I started DJing when I was about 18 years old. I bought a shit little mixer for like 80 bucks. Started DJing, started playing in friends' living rooms at after parties. Started going to illegal raves. And so I started making stuff that I wanted to hear in the club or at the raves. And that's basically when I downloaded Ableton, started making mashups, started making edits, and it just kind of grew from there. I've been listening to a lot of different music throughout the past 15, 20 years. I was listening to hardstyle at the start. I was listening to big room EDM, old school trance, like basically everything. I listened to a lot of rap. I just kind of went through all the genres, and then I kind of honed in at the sort of house and techno. Whenever I first started actually making music, I was making house music. So I was listening to a lot of house music, and I was going to a lot of house music events and raves. And then it kind of just kept getting faster, the BPM kept getting faster and faster. And then next minute, I'm playing techno, I'm listening to techno, I'm making techno. One of these moments happens like every like 3 months. Like there's just stuff keeps happening that I'm not even imagining about, where I'm like, holy fuck, how is this happening to me? Like, am I dreaming? I have to pinch myself. Obviously, as my career's been getting bigger, those sort of moments have been getting bigger, but it starts off, you know, playing my first show in a club, playing my first rave, having my first sold out club show, playing my first festival. Like every time I'm reaching one of these like milestones or goals, I'm kind of just like, holy shit. But obviously the biggest one so far has probably been the Boiler Room in my hometown, Belfast. It's been like an absolute dream to play that. So getting to play that was incredible. It went better than I could have imagined. Everyone loved it. Another one was probably the Telegraph building in Belfast, a really famous venue. Had my first headline show there about 3 or 4 months ago, and it sold out. And it was absolutely incredible. That was with the Barbed brand as well. So yeah, I would say those two are probably the most sort of holy shit, it's happening type moments of my career so far. Until Sunday. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna start crying talking about my parents. My parents have been so supportive like my whole career. Like whenever I was just starting DJing, I bought like a big fuck off speaker like this height, and it was so loud, and like my mum was working from home and stuff at the time, and I'd be in my room just like blasting music till like all hours in the morning. And like she just put up with it. Every so often she'd come down and be like, shut the fuck up, Mark. She didn't swear though. Even when like she didn't know I was gonna be making any money or make any living from this, like she was happy for me to be creative and really delve into what I wanted to do, and just be so supportive. So I remember my dad, I threw an event somewhere and like it flopped and no one showed up, and like the bouncers were trying to like extort money off me. Like my dad had to come and like pay them, and like the amount of times my dad's had to like come pick up speakers at all hours in the morning. He made the props for the Barbed event that was sold out in the Telegraph building. He built those from scratch, he painted them. Like they've just been absolutely amazing. So to have them in Belfast at my Boiler Room at one of the biggest moments of my career, to come out on camera and have a little dance was chef's kiss.
Right?
Yeah, I'm crying. Okay, this is a great question. It goes from tops off. It goes from tops on to tops off. There's a few different factors involved in this. One of the main factors is I'll have a song in mind, like that I'm playing in my sets. It's like my favorite song. And it's kind of like when I stop my warm up and kind of like get into the fucking friggin' thick of things. Other times I'll just do it when it's too hot, which is kind of makes sense. And then other times I actually get peer pressured into it sometimes. I think it's becoming a bit of a thing, and like people are like, take your top off. And I'm like, I don't want to. And they're like coming over. It's actually get a bit dangerous, I'd say. So yeah, those are kind of the three things where the top comes off. I fucking love it whenever other people do it, like take their tops off. Like, see whenever you're in a small club and it's really fucking hot and you're blasting techno and like all the people around you like have their tops off and like just sweating like fuck, bumping into each other. The vibes, immaculate. You can't beat it. Oh, well, this has been a gig I've been looking forward to since it was booked. It's the reason I'm actually in Australia. I remember I put up an Instagram story being like, how the fuck can I get behind that cage at Revs? I'd saw a lot of videos of Revs. I'd been getting messages being like, you need to play this place called Revs. I was like, what the fuck's that? I was like, looked into it, saw the video, saw people talking about it. I was like, this looks like somewhere where my set would go down really, really well. I think Mike, the guy that runs the night, saw it, and within like a month, I'd booked an Australia tour, and this is going to be one of the main gigs. So what can they expect? Just something super chaotic, rowdy. I'll have my top off, I'll be drunk. It'll be fucking crazy. Like, I'm actually getting a bit nervous about it. The more I think about it, the more I'm getting a bit nervous. I've heard all these crazy stories, and it just sounds like somewhere where my type of set is gonna really take the fucking roof off.